Hello everyone, this is Nikhil, your HR Mitra. Welcomes you all in the journey of understanding the Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act 2013. So in the previous two sessions, that is session 1 and session 2, we came across what is the Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act all about, which all are the definitions which are covered in this act, the types of sexual impact of appropriate and inappropriate behavior. Then we came across what is IC, how it forms. Then we knew the difference between workplace harassment and sexual harassment. So now going ahead in session 3, we will understand that how IC committee is to be formed in the education sector. What is local complaint committee? Who all are the member of local complaint committee? Who all can be the member of IC committee with respect to the education sector? We will go ahead with who can go to the IC committee, who can go to the local complaint committee, and how it works. So let's start with how to constitute IC committee in the education sector. So now when it comes to the education sector, that the basic rule will remain same over here, that is 50% or more members should be women. So now let us understand what is the composition of IC committee in the education sector. So IC committee over here includes a presiding officer, a senior woman faculty nominated by the executive authority can be a presiding officer. Now providing that in case of university she should be a professor or more, and in case of college she should be an associate professor or more. Now in some scenario, in some institutes there is no senior woman faculty available. So what happened over there? So as per the subsection 2O, the provision in the POSH Act is there which says that any senior woman working in the administrative staff or else another units of that institution can perform a duty of a presiding officer, can be a presiding officer. Going ahead, there should be 2 members from the teaching staff and there should be 2 members from the non-teaching staff, preferably from the social work background or law background. Then there should be 3 students as a part of IC committee. Now these 3 students can be from undergraduate, graduate or PhD level, but they should come through some sort of election process. Now adding to this, there should be 1 member from the non-government organization. Tenure of office can be 3 years, and if an education institution want, they can make the changes on yearly basis also. So this is how the entire internal committee has been constituted under the education sector. Now let's move ahead towards the LCC, that is local complaint committee. So district officer DO constitutes the local complaint committee. So local complaint committee is basically for the women who are working under the unorganized sector. Now who can go to the local complaint committee? All those women who are working under the employment wherein the 10 or less employees has been employed, those women can go to the local complaint committee. Second, the woman who is having the complaint against employer himself or herself. So those women who are having complaints against the employer, वो सभी local complaint committee में जाके complaint कर सकते हैं. The women who are working as a domestic worker, who all are covered in the domestic workers, has been already shared in the previous session. Once again I am sharing that the workers, the housemaids for example, working at your home are the domestic worker. So now let us talk about the eligibility under the local complaint committee. Who all are eligible to be the member of the local complaint committee? Eminent woman working for the cause of social welfare or as a social worker can be the chairperson of this committee. Then there should be a woman member from the taluka, tehsil, municipality or a ward. So the woman worker working under this organization, in this sub organization, can be the part of the local complaint committee. Then there should be 2 members from the NGOs who are basically working for the cause of women welfare. Condition is that amongst that 2 NGO members, 1 should be the woman employee and 1 should have the legal knowledge of the subject. Then there should be 1 ex officio member, the concerned officer who used to deal in the women and child welfare and development. So these all are the committee members of local complaint committee. Let us quickly recall that who can go to the IC committee, that is internal complaint committee, and who can go to the local complaint committee. So the women working in the organization employing more than 10 employees can go to the internal complaint committee. They should have their own internal complaint committee. And the women working in the organization where the employees are below 10, they can go to the local complaint committee. In the other case, when the woman is having complaint against the employer, in that scenario, women can go to the local complaint committee, and all those women who are working as a domestic worker can approach the local complaint committee. So in all the three sessions, we gone through the various definitions, various terminologies. We went to the benefits of appropriate behavior. Then we gone to the demerits of inappropriate behavior. What is inappropriate and appropriate behavior? Then what is internal committee, how it is constituted, and who all can apply to the internal committee. What is local complaint committee, who can constitute local complaint committee, who all are the member of IC and local complaint committee, who all can go to the local complaint committee. So this is all about Prevention of Sexual Harassment Act, which you should know the basic and the brief information. Apart from this, the organization nowadays are having gender neutral policies. So it is more preferable to have a gender neutral policy, because nowadays we can see that the misuse of the acts taking place and which is rising day by day. So to avoid such circumstances, it's better to have a gender neutral policy in your organization. So thank you so much everyone for giving me your precious time.